Welcome to House of Cush, where the evolved hustlers come to learn more about astrology, root work, conjure, tarot, culture, and today, y'all, we are getting into the Cush Almanac for Thursday, June the 11th, 2026. Now, for my day traders, my CEOs, my founders, and my evolved hustlers, today we're going to tap into what this astrology means to you. All right. Before we get started, though, welcome to all my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. And if you are just now learning about your girl, thank you for stopping through. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe, y'all. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You never know who it can help. And to my OGs, I appreciate y'all so much for continuing to support the tribe. Now, again, today we're going to focus in on the day traders, the CEOs, the founders, the creatives, and the evolved hustlers. Now, the energy from today's astrology is giving pressure meeting persistence. Now, the day begins under the Aries moon, carrying the tension from Saturn, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter before shifting into Taurus. Now, by mid-morning, the collective moves from urgency, impatience, reaction, and competition into more stability, resource management, wealth preservation, and sustainability. Now, the question today is not how much can you gain? The question today is about how much can you keep? Now, we have been in that particular energy, and the dominant atmosphere is going to be shaped by financial realism, operational endurance, resource allocation, emotional discipline, strategic patience, and sustainable growth. All right. Now, as we shift into this Taurus, just know we're in a waning crescent, and today is the day that we start to experience that new moon energy. So we'll get into that in just a little, though, right? Now, the moon in Taurus this morning is shifting the collective away from yesterday's Aries urgency. Taurus energy amplifies wealth consciousness, security needs, patience, resource management, a little bit of consistency, endurance, and practical decision making. People become more concerned with stability, cash flow, reliability, long-term value, and tangible results. This is excellent energy for financial planning, pricing reviews, inventory management, operational refinement, saving strategies, client retention, and again, long-term investing. The hidden lesson of Taurus is wealth grows through repetition, not excitement, not urgency, not consistent reinvention. Now, founders, y'all need to know your systems matter more than your motivation today. And for my traders, your capital preservation matters as much as profit generation. Now, in terms of the transits, Mercury squaring Saturn is going to be one of the strongest influences active today. Most astrology is going to tell you that you'll see a bit of communication problems, and this is kind of where it's been a bit. But the deeper theme of today is friction reveals the weakness. Now, today exposes your poor planning, your missing information, your weak assumptions, and your unrealistic expectations. Operational bottlenecks are going to be something that is like today too. Mercury gathers information. Saturn demands that proof. And we're still asking ourselves, what needs verification? What has been overlooked? Where am I relying on hope instead of evidence? Now, this is excellent for your contracts, your research, your compliance, your financial reviews, forecasting, and audits. Today's edge comes from preparation. Now, let's talk about Venus conjuncting Jupiter, the opportunity behind the pressure. The Venus-Jupiter conjunction still remains active. Most people will focus on abundance, but the deeper lesson right now is expansion through stewardship. Today's wealth opportunities may come through existing clients, repeat business, referrals, trusted relationships, and community. Now, the question here stands, what is already working that deserves more attention? Business owners, growth may come from nurturing existing assets rather than chasing new ones. All right. So we still there with it. Now, I'll tell y'all this, now that we're talking about that Venus and Jupiter transit. I saw a lot of discourse online in regards to the fact that it was supposed to be the luckiest day of the year and yada yada yada. We weren't feeling very lucky. Well, as y'all can see, Jupiter still expects you to nurture and do a form of work. This is very much long term. This is deep. This is not like surface level. So where you make impact is where you are willing to honor that time frame, and those like nurturing takes time. Like Jupiter is slow, so look at it from a different perspective. Now the market energy for day traders today. Today's market psychology is very different from yesterday because the Taurus moon favors patience, discipline, measured entries, and risk management. All right. Meanwhile, you got that Mercury square Saturn creating more caution, and Uranus and Gemini continuing to create information vitality. Now, Jupiter and Venus is creating optimism, which is cool. So this combination can produce conflicting narratives, sudden reversals, emotionally reactive traders, over analysis. And I want you guys to know the strongest traders today are likely to be more patient and selective, disciplined, and technically focused. Today's lessons for my day traders are going to be not every opportunity deserves capital. So we still on that. The CEO and founder forecast for today, y'all, business. Today's lesson is all about efficiency, knowing that it is profit. Many founders can focus on acquiring more, launching more, and producing more. Taurus asks, what if the next level comes from optimizing what already exists? Y'all know I've been talking about this for a long time. If you've been listening to my podcast before I even started to frame this energy like this, I was telling y'all that slow motion was better than no motion. This was all about reaching in your back pocket and looking into like things that you were building upon in a previous season. This was not the time for you to be attacking something completely brand new. And as you can see, the astrology and the horoscopes and the transits, all that major stuff is showing you just that. So, take heed, because this is going to be excellent for you guys to continue to review your expenses, simplify your offers, improve your retention, and strengthen your customer experience. Now, you're also going to be focusing on improving your operations and refining your workflows. Today's astrology rewards operators, not performers, guys. Now, psychologically wise, like the collective mood today is going to be a little bit more cautious and practical, maybe a little bit more security focused and financially aware. We're thinking more so on a protective scale. Now, people are going to be evaluating trustworthiness, consistency, and value today. Audiences are less interested in more of the hype, and they want reliability and relatability. They want competence. They want stability as well. They want to feel secure. Now, leaders, you guys need to lead with substance, not excitement. Like, we passed it. Like, can you do it? Is it safe? Is it steady, right? The spiritual forecast for my Evolved Hustlers is as follows. Today's lesson is all about stewardship, knowing that it is spiritual. Many people focus on attracting blessings during this time. The Taurus energy is asking, can you maintain them though? The universe is coming forth and saying, can you manage your energy? Can you manage your money? Can you manage your opportunities? Can you manage your growth? Real abundance requires management, not just attraction, y'all. That's why the yesterday felt so different, right? And so I just want people to know that when it comes to Jupiter and as well as Saturn's energy. So let's talk about the botanical allies for today. Now, patchouli is good. It's going to support prosperity consciousness, financial grounding, wealth stewardship. Now, this is excellent for Taurus moon work, y'all. So I like to use patchouli. I've used patchouli in my workings, and I can confirm it is amazing. Now, vetiver is good too. I've used that. It supports patience, endurance, stability, and long-term thinking. It's very useful for calming the impulsive Aries residue. Like, put that energy somewhere like steady. Now, rosemary is going to continue to be useful. It supports analysis, memory, and strategic thinking. Again, perfect for that Mercury Saturn transit review. Now, cinnamon is cool. Y'all already know it supports opportunity, confidence, and business momentum. It's going to work well with this Venus-Jupiter energy. Ooh, oak bark. I like that. It supports resilience, endurance, and leadership under pressure. It's about this being today's Saturn medicine. Yeah, I worked with oak bark like one time, and it was like pretty good results. All right, so let's get into the best uses of today's energy. Grab y'all notebooks, right? Today is excellent for budgeting, financial reviews, business planning, retention strategies, refining your systems. You still being given time to do all this. Trading, discipline, customer experience, operations management, strategic decision making, and long-term investment. I want y'all to continue to avoid impulsive spending, emotional trading, rushing decisions, overextending your resources, and chasing hype, and taking too many unnecessary risks. Now, your power moves today are going to be being able to review your recurring expenses, strengthening an existing revenue stream, simplifying one workflow. Now, we want to also improve one client experience. Audit your subscriptions and your memberships. Protect your capital, okay? Prioritize sustainability over speed. Build things for longevity and focus on quality over volume. All right. Today's astrology really is favoring people who are more patient when it comes to trading, sustainable business, long-term thinkers, strategic investors, and disciplined builders. Now, that Taurus moon is wanting stability, and Mercury and Saturn wants accountability. And you got Venus and Jupiter over here wanting growth. Now, the evolved hustlers who are going to thrive today will not be chasing that next opportunity. You are still focused on strengthening the opportunities that you already have. You're nurturing relationships, okay? Now, time and codes. Ooh, for traders, CEOs, founders, and evolved hustlers. This is important. Today is about preservation, optimization, and leveraging, endurance, as well as sustainability. We want to think like an asset manager today, not a gambler, all right? The moon sign aspects are going to be significant, and moon conjunct Saturn happening earlier during the day. This aspect is going to expose emotional fatigue, responsibility, leadership pressure as well. Now, the question being, what responsibility have you outgrown carrying alone? And when we think of that Mercury square, the moon energy, let's watch for misunderstandings, emotional thinking, information overload too, because you could be doing too much sometimes. Like, go touch some grass. The question here is, am I reacting to facts or feelings? And you know, facts and feelings come in waves. They lie to you. Quite often you give yourself time to make decisions and don't be reactive. You will be much better off this season. The moon sextile Mercury is going to be good for negotiations, planning, writing, and analysis. Now, mental clarity improves as the day progresses. So just give yourself time, okay? Slow motion better than no motion, babes. Now, the moon is conjuncting Mars, which is a powerful tool for execution, leadership, and taking initiative. You can use this wisely by creating instead of creating so stubbornly. Try to be more productive today, because this aspect can create productivity or stubbornness in the things that you seek out to do. So be mindful. The moon is squaring Pluto, so the hidden theme is going to be power struggles. Avoid control battles, financial disputes, and ego conflicts, right? Keep that on y'all mind. Choose strategy over force today, y'all. All right, now let's talk about this planetary day and planetary hours, which is my fave. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, okay? It means expansion. It means opportunity. It means abundance, teaching, leadership, and visibility. Today's Jupiter lesson is bigger is not always better. Better is better. Refine that thing. It's about legacy, it's about creating something that'll last. Now, the most useful planetary hours for today, Jupiter hours off. And this is good for abundance work, scaling your plans, networking, and sales. Mercury hours are good too. Now, this is good for your trading, your strategy, your negotiations, and doing some contract work. Now, during Saturn hours, this is going to be good for budgeting, planning, audits, as well as business infrastructure work. All right. The lunar phase momentum of the day is the moon remains in its waning crescent phase. And this phase is favoring refinement, simplification, releasing inefficiency, and improving your systems, as well as preparation for the upcoming Gemini new moon. So this is the beginning of that intention setting, and you want to finesse that by setting the intention to do those things, like pull away. All right, I mentioned we would get into the new moon, so new moons are for creating, manifesting, scribing, and making decisions. Now, how you can use that energy with that is, like I said, what can get you to this point, right? Get all that stuff out of the way. So this is about, again, strengthening your foundation energy. So any spots that you feel like are kind of tedious, you notice that this is not like maximum expansion energy. It's like, tactile confirmation, very strategic. Now, the hidden transit themes of the day are going to ask you a few questions. Saturn, for instance, is going to ask what is costing more than it returns. Mercury's asking what assumption requires proof. Venus is asking what relationship is already producing value. Jupiter is asking what opportunity deserves deeper investments. And Pluto is asking where is control creating resistance. Now, the moon, well, all of these emotions and feelings, what would happen if I actually slow down? That's the question the moon is asking. All right. The astrology of the day is really energetically telling you stability is a competitive advantage. The Taurus moon wants you to have sustainability, and Mercury wants that evidence. While Saturn may want maturity, Jupiter continues to want growth. Now, the evolved hustlers who win today are going to be those who protect their resources, think long term, move deliberately, strengthen their foundations, and focus on building, what did I say earlier? What lasts. All right. Now, let me see here. We have some 0-degree transits and things that we need to discuss for today's energy. Astro.com. Y'all know that's my preferred daily planet. Sometimes a lot of these energies are on a cusp, or where they are about to shift into another sign. So be mindful of your personal area. All this is general, including the readings. If it don't apply, let it fly. All right? If it don't apply, let it fly. I do want to open the rose and get a reading for today as well. So hang tight for that too, guys. So here we are, June 11th, Thursday, still dealing with a lot of retrograde energy with Pluto and Aquarius, the North Node in Pisces as well. Now, again, we done shifted into a third quarter moon with that energy being towards Taurus. So utilize that. Where does Taurus fall in your chart or your business chart, or, where you decided to create a thing? It has a birthday. Now, there is a few squaring energies. The sun, they're not showing me. Ooh, the sun is not as active today. That's very interesting. So I take that as this is not about just kind of more so substance today, not ego, inner substance. We could take it like that. But they're not showing it. The moon is squaring Venus and Jupiter, and it's also squaring Pluto. Now, what does all that mean? It's like they're having a little bit of conflict, darling. Just a smidge. How does this feel? What does it do? Is it substance? Does it really change anything? What's the value in all this? That I'm getting ready to do today. Now, Mercury is squaring Saturn. We mentioned 1 degree is the energy though. So when it comes to taking that first step and stepping into your power, taking initiative, don't skimp on keeping a few things close to the hip. And because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And if you know, you know. I've seen a lot of energy of people trying to convince people of stuff. And just now is not the season for that, guys. Now, 0 degree energy, Neptune sextile Pluto. And the Pisces North Node is squaring Uranus. I see that as you can create a thing that gives an experience, and it can be weird, it can be tailored, it can be quirky. And as you get ready to shift through refining that, you can do a bit more today. So that's why that work is important. Heavy creation work today. It's going to be a blessing. It's a blessing to change. It's a blessing to refine. It's a blessing to see through the illusion of things as well. It's a lot of deep inner work going on, foundationally, creatively, and business wise. Now that squaring, yeah, getting out of you find yourself getting out of traditional aspects of things, and a little bit of it is a bit much for people. That's how I'm reading it. Okay, well, let's get into this reading for today, y'all. I'm gonna open that road. Yes, thank you so much, spirits, for opening the roads for me on behalf of the collective. Thank you so much for covering and protecting us as we go on this journey. And thank you so much for the gift. You know, we don't abuse it. We honor it. We appreciate it. We love it. We respect it. Oh, there's some guidance that I have for you guys today. What do we need to know? What do we need to know about this Thursday energy? Tea, professional energy, everything in between. What's good? Let's see. What's the overall energy for today? What is the overall energy for today? Let's see. What's the overall Hermit mode Virgo energy? Let's see. Okay, 7 of Sticks in reverse. No fighting. No fighting for what? Clarity. Yeah, you need to move on and adjust mentally, in terms of strategy, how you speak. 6 of Knives energy is popping back up there. So be mindful. Past. Yeah, there are a lot of haters in your past, a lot of people that didn't want you to pursue things. You got some hidden enemies in your camp, and they could have been quite active over the past 5 days. One of them is a Father of Sticks in reverse. He's a karmic fire sign masculine here. He is someone that you should no longer be collaborating with or sharing any sort of empathy for. 3 of Baskets in reverse. Yeah, you've been avoiding getting out of this, but you need to know this person is someone you should be cautious of with the 10 of Knives in the upright here. You need to be watching your back with this person over the next 10 weeks. Presently, things could be moving quite quickly for you. There is a sense of wanting to execute in the beginning, but you need to think strategically with this Father of Knives in the upright. You know, you've got more time than you think. You just need to be intentional with it. Yeah, being impatient is not going to serve you. High Priestess in reverse. Ace of Sticks in reverse. Please do not be doing all that. That's the Ace of Wands. Like, don't do that. It causes you to reveal too much to your enemies, and the things that you say and get like planned out. Ooh, it's a bit much. You could also be dealing with a High Priestess in reverse, a Taurus energy that is going to be quite influential to this energy today. Also, an air sign masculine too. Take it where it resonates. Collective energy. Scorpio here, but the ancestor card is coming out in reverse. Why is that? Because you are healing to live and die. Well, I just heard to live and die in LA. Somebody could be from LA, take away resonates. Or maybe you're doing business. Maybe you need to expand your territory to LA. But over the next month, you're going to be experiencing a lot of healing, increased luck, and, abundance and prosperity. There's healing here. I definitely see that. So I'll take that. Near future. 6 of Coins. Over the next 6 years, you will find favor and alignment with, grants, loans, people to assist. You may want to think about forming community as well, and networking and tribe. to advance your investments and the things you're doing. Did I mention applying for grants and loans? I used to post a list in my Facebook group, but now that I don't have that Facebook group anymore, because that profile is shut down. FYI, if you were listening to me off of the La Bonita Helfa profile and the Pretty Hustler, I am no longer in control of those profiles. I don't know what's going on, but Facebook like 86 me. They got me out of there. But like, if you see stuff still being posted and things like that, like I tagged the Pretty Hustler in my new business profile, Raji Day, on Facebook, but I can't like directly post there. I also, so be mindful of that. But I'm gonna still post, so I gotta just figure out where we can put those. Maybe I'll put them in the Patreon. Put a list for my business owners, my creatives, people who want to do like artist residencies, hustles, any loans or grants that may be significant to you. I danced all around it to say I usually put that shit on Facebook, but I'm probably going to put it on Patreon from now on. Yeah, I want to apologize. I haven't been able to post there in a while, but that's going to be sufficient. Now, don't misuse this. 9 of coins in reverse. Don't misuse this by lacking discipline. Maybe you didn't have the foundation, or you didn't have the know-how. But you're building a new phase for your family. 4 of sticks in the upright. You could be relocating. You could be just birthing something new. So this is going to give you that opportunity after a period of being in that 10 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay? So that's that money in, those investments, that strategy, that's long-term stuff. I love it. Somebody in your past maybe didn't alert you of something, or maybe you're not as studied in a situation as you would like to be. In the next 3 days, you may want to kind of pursue some form of knowledge or figure out how to do something, because you're going to have to make a decision. So it's something you haven't been studying. This could be, you could be a Libra, or a Libra could be involved for sure. Yeah, maybe it's got something to do with protection. It's causing you to be at a standstill. You're at a crossroads. There's also an Aquarius that's involved. They're coming out in the reverse with the grandchildren verse. Somebody's in disbelief, or they don't believe. Yeah, they don't believe a relationship or a situation can recover. This has been ongoing for about 5 months. Someone is refusing to assist. Someone could be worried about their financial situation changing, and they're trying to like keep it a secret. They could also be doing some work under this moon, or you could be encouraged. Obviously, if you guys aren't doing new moon and Gemini work, I don't even know. Now, go ahead if you are not privy and you would like to kind of outsource that work. Go ahead and click the link in my bio. I will be having road openers going for the new moon in Gemini, and I've got a few new products that I'll be putting up on that shop. I have some foundational stuff you guys can get, like protection oils. The cloaking oil is going up, and these things are going to be significant for the stuff that I'm seeing in the chart, because we got the 10 of knives in the upright. You need some form of protection. The 5 of knives, you need some clarity. We need some healing. We need some teams. We need some 4 of sticks. So what's that? A road opener. Get with it. Planning, preparation. Yes. I'm gonna see what the guys have to say, y'all. Because I see good things, but it's just like mentally, you just gotta leave some shit behind. You gotta plan some things out. You gotta get away from feeling like you are in survival mode. Getting you out of survival mode is you working more with your mind and your inner self. Now, there could be a lot of relationship contracts that you're no longer wanting to be a part of. And to end these contracts, it is going to take a good bit of bravery and strength. But Leo energy coming up with that Jupiter, and Leo is going to help you with it. Overall, yeah, we got a Page of Wands here. Fire sign energy. Ooh. Yeah, somebody's acting. Somebody's done something, or maybe the independence or the getting started of it all scares someone. Yeah, you're set. You're taken care of. 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Yeah, maybe in the past you shared quite a bit and it hurt you. Yeah, because I got the Four of Pentacles in reverse to the Nine of Wands in the upright. So that's showing me that you overdid it and it hurt you. And now you've got to take, action. Now you got to learn that lesson in real time. Because there was a period where you couldn't quite get it ready. You didn't have any savings. There wasn't a lot of work being put in. Like, you had the vision, but you couldn't get it through. And the Fool in reverse shows that. Now, you may be hiding the true nature. There's something being hidden from you. A Leo masculine is here from the past. Yeah, discipline, hiding, shadow work, if you will. The shadow work is in. This is going to help you get to the Nine of Pentacles. You set up for sure. Presently, yeah, Five of Swords. You are definitely set up. You've done your due diligence. Okay. Nine of Cups in the upright. You've done your due diligence. You've done something admirable. But that Queen of Swords in reverse, whether that's a physical person or just you, the fact that somebody could be manipulating you into ending some form of emotional stagnation so you won't know that they're the ones battling you. This person is trying to create some sort of illusion or lie here. They could have been doing this over the past week. A week is significant. They're having misfortune and they're thinking negatively. And it's stopping them from giving you some form of affection or love here. Sagittarius could be involved here. Temperance in the upright. Sagittarius, Three of Swords in the upright. Trauma, breakups. With the Queen of Cups here, a mother figure who happens to be a high priestess. She could be a Taurus or Cancer. And with that high priestess and chariot energy, this is what's driving someone not to give you the form of information. Knight of Swords in reverse. They've been sitting on this for at least 4 weeks, so they don't want to give you this opportunity. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody doesn't want you to get an offer here. There's a star card here, so Aquarius. There's Aquarius you no longer want to collaborate with either. There's a tower happening here. And someone's not going to want to take responsibility for doing some form of work. Somebody's been working with the moon. Working with the moon could be a Virgo or a Cancer, but whatever they're doing, they're not reaching their goals. So someone needs to detach. We've got that Capricorn, Libra, and Gemini energy here right now. Detach. Stop being so obsessive. Somebody could be doing some form of unjustified baneful magic. Could be a Gemini, a Libra, or a Capricorn. They are trying to betray you. 10 weeks. Be mindful now. You gotta be brave. You gotta be brave. You are going to get some form of help and assistance, and they are going to lose this battle. You're not going to have to fight them. Yeah, you just need to take initiative and live your life and just be brave. Okay, Scorpio, be disciplined, be intentional. The cycle is closing out collectively. Yeah, you're getting out of your mind, out of a mental trap about ending a love partnership here. And this is you stepping into your Empress energy and your Hierophant energy, okay? Someone's been unsuccessful. They could be feeling quite down about their reputation. It could be inspiring some quick movement to align with you over the next 2 months. They could be trying to build a new start with you, and you need to be mindful, okay? Queen of Wands in reverse is here, and she could be having a goal to keep you stuck. Pisces is significant. Yeah, stop you from progressing and moving forward. A delay was coming through an Emperor in reverse. A boss that's rude, a abusive person, somebody abusing their power and not giving you opportunity to build your desired lifestyle. You keep ending up with people who operate in that energy. They're immature. All right, with the Page of Cups in reverse, this is less than ideal. So you need to move on over the next 8 months. It's significant, but now over the next 3 days, they want you to know something's gonna come off like out of a surprise, but you don't have anything to regret when it comes to healing yourself and choosing yourself. You're gonna have more than a lot of more than your good bit of options. You sitting in the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. That's nurturing. Whether you're a masculine or a feminine energy, that's nurturing. That's curating. All right. That's that Taurus energy. Somebody is going to be exposed for stealing from you and lying to you with the Page of Swords, not sharing information with you. He could be a King of Cups in reverse, karmic water sign. They're going to be trying to come in because they see you as a potential investment, but you see them as a burden baby with the 10 of Wands. They're going to try to come to terms with you, but it's a King of Swords in reverse. If he a lawyer, somebody who makes decisions, he make bad decisions. He makes selfish decisions. He could be rude, like quite cold when he speaks, not sharing all the details. Take it where it resonates. But be mindful. Now let's get into what the Oracle has to say. Rest. It's time for resting. It's time for hibernation, putting something to rest. This way you can find joy. Maybe you get joy when you rest. Eat all the lines. Self-care. You haven't been. No, care came out in reverse. Spirit so funny. Cancer energy. I said self-care and cancer care came out. Okay. You having a hard time adapting to your current situation, and it's got you kind of unfulfilled. You may be not as brave right now, but you're being defended, or you need to tap into it. Yeah, tap into your strength. Tap into your strength. That's what's going to change this situation. Defensive magic, protection magic, Scorpio here. Leo energy heavy. Back in the day, last Capricorn season. Yeah, again, there's that Capricorn energy. No deal. This isn't a deal you can trust. You should just have your freedom here. Okay? Fuck that. We are not getting any 360 deals. Yeah, don't give them your power. Yeah, power in reverse, work in reverse. Yeah, these people are powerless. You shouldn't work with them. They're also quite mean. And they mad because they ain't got the cunning. They haven't been given that, and that's what you bring. And they try to minimize that, minimize the fact that they haven't evolved. Especially when they come to measuring themselves based on what you've created. But you've been more patient than anything, and this is their downfall, right? They seem to be suffering a loss because they had some bad intentions. So, yeah, they was too confident. They peacocked too much, honey. Don't be that girl or guy. Presently, remain inspired, build new things, inspire others. People hate it, though. And that's why you need to continue to protect yourself. We got the protect card. Protect yourself, protect your kids, protect things that you value. Collectively, you've got some friends here. There's a friend here. Maybe you're not afraid of this person. It could be a Scorpio. They're still alive. We picked up on this energy yesterday, so take note. They're still alive. This person, their mask could be being revealed to you. This could be a Gemini. This person has Gemini energy, or Gemini could be revealing this new moon in Gemini. Memory in reverse. Yeah, don't forget. It's not playtime. Somebody doesn't believe in your wisdom here. Disbelief in your wisdom. Near future, you could be thinking about a collaboration, but it needs to be someone that brings you peace. Okay. The past could have destroyed you, but you've healed from that. And people may be trying to send you trickster spirits. Could be an Aquarius here. A lot's going on beneath the surface. Sagittarius is involved. Someone doesn't want you to observe their energy, but when they talk, someone doesn't realize that this is what's throwing this off balance, Libra. They're consumed with trying to uncover some mystery of a curse, but Spirit says somebody has a lot of secrets here. It's a secret. Ooh. All right, then. In the near future, maybe you're not meant to know everything, but the things you are meant to know, we will look into. All right. So I'm gonna close the roads. Thank you, Spirit, for going ahead and advising us on what's next. And if you guys resonate with this message, don't forget to click the link in my bio so we can get this thing popping. We can get this strategy going for the new moon in Gemini, all right, and beyond. A good business owner, a good marketer, hell, a good content planner is creating systems and marketing plans and strategies at least 3 months in advance. You typically move with the seasons. So, yeah, let's partner up and see about navigating those waters, no matter where you are in the process. Even with your personal situation, you know it bleeds over. But anyway, yes, that's what I got for today, y'all. Let me know what y'all got going on for the new moon in Gemini in the comments. Again, don't forget to follow, like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You never know who can help. I will chat with you guys soon. Love you, mean it. Bye.